Hello, everybody, and welcome to this special edition of Thanksgiving dinner. I know it's a little early. You guys should be seeing this on Saturday. It is actually Thursday, the week before Thanksgiving for us. And we've decided just to celebrate our Thanksgiving early so that you guys could see it on Saturday to get some ideas in case you wanted to make any last minute adjustments to your plans. I'm going to show you how I do our Thanksgiving. So we will get to it in just a minute.
With every star, we are born again. Open your heart.
Well, to start off, guys, this is not the turkey I thought I grabbed. I grabbed a turkey that apparently has no drumsticks, and no wings, and no thighs. So, that was a surprise. Begin by separating the skin from the breast. You just take your hand and worm it on in there until you get a nice air pocket. What I'm shoving in there is 1 cup of butter softened, mixed with fresh thyme, rosemary, and parsley that I've chopped up. You're going to pat it inside both pockets that you've created, and then you're going to rub it all over the outside. When you have a whole turkey, which I am lacking, you can rub it on the drumsticks, on the wings, and then add some inside of the cavity as well. Another option is to add garlic powder or whole garlic cloves crushed into the butter. You can really play around with this and make it with the spices that you like. I just decided to go with the fresh herbs. I also forgot to record when I salted the turkey itself, inside and out. The celery in the bottom of the pan is to keep the turkey from sticking to the pan, by the way. Now, I am squeezing an orange on top of it. I know, completely sacrilegious for being keto, but it is Thanksgiving. And the small amount of juice that's going to be in the broth and on the turkey isn't going to affect you that much. You can absolutely omit that part. Throw in some vegetables. I did some chopped celery and some onions into the pan. I have a bunch of herbs, the same ones that I chopped up and put into the butter, that normally you would shove into the cavity, but I can't figure out exactly where that is because there is no cavity on this bird. Rebalance your butter up on top, and then get ready for the next step. Bacon, because bacon makes everything better. So what you do is, instead of using a lid or foil to protect your turkey from the oven heat, we're going to use bacon. You simply drape it across the top, covering up any exposed skin. This is going to add moisture and fat to a very lean turkey. You can use toothpicks to hold the bacon in place. I ripped a few pieces in half just so that they would cover the ends a little bit easier. When there's drumsticks and wings, it's a lot easier to put the bacon on top and get it to stay.
Then you're going to take your turkey breast, because who knew, and put it into the oven at 325. You do not need to cover it because the bacon helps to protect it and also let all of the really yummy bacon drippings and flavors go in there. So every like 20 minutes I check it. I use a flavor injector and I go ahead and suck some of the stuff up from down below and put it up into the turkey all over the place. And then sometimes you have to change out the bacon. It's really, really, really good bacon, by the way, with all of those herbs and everything on it. So I'm gonna go stick this into the oven and then we will move on to the next step.
The turkey baked for about 3.5 hours at 325 until it reached 160 degrees when we pulled it out. Let's focus on the cranberry sauce first. you're going to want to take a small bag of cranberries, pour it into a medium-sized saucepan. I added 2 tablespoons of allulose and 1 tablespoon of water. You're now going to cook this over medium heat until the cranberries burst and release their juices and their pulp from inside. In a few minutes, I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of truvia to it because the allulose just wasn't quite enough. You're going to continue to mash them until it's the consistency that you like. At the end, go ahead and remove it from the heat, put it into a container and stick it in the fridge to begin to cool. Now for the green beans. The original recipe includes bacon and almonds, but nobody in my family really likes it that way, so I didn't bother to put them in there. What I did was I browned 2 tablespoons of butter. If you want to include the almonds, I suggest that you throw the almonds in there while you brown the butter. As the butter is browning, it gives it a wonderful nutty flavor to add to the almonds. You then add 2 cans of green beans. I sprinkled in seasoned salt, garlic powder, onion powder, and you can do some pepper. We just leave it out. I cook until they are heated through and then top with bacon bits if you would like that. Next up is gravy. I washed my pan and now I put 2 tablespoons of the herbed butter left over from the turkey into the pan and begin to melt it. Add 2 cups of the turkey broth from your pan, 1 teaspoon of xanthan gum, and then season with whichever seasonings you'd like. I used onion powder, garlic powder, seasoned salt, oregano, sage, thyme, and pepper. Just a little shake of each. You're going to whisk that for about a minute as it simmers, and then remove it from the heat. Next up is dessert. Somehow I managed to press stop on my recording, and so all we have is the end. Lucky for you, it's pretty much the exact same thing as the magic pumpkin cake with a few differences. There's only 2 teaspoons of pumpkin pie spice, and instead of doing the brown swerve and cinnamon topping, we're going to throw about 1/3 cup of chocolate chips into it. I used Lily's semi-sweet chocolate chips. The rest of the recipe can be found down below in the description box. Feel free to head down there and snag it. This recipe makes between 20 and 24 muffins. You're going to want to spray your muffin cups with oil so that they release more easily. I prefer to use these silicone ones because the paper ones tend to stick really bad, and when the muffins deflate, they shrivel up. Bake at 325 for 25 to 30 minutes. And here is our Thanksgiving dinner. My Hawaiian sweet rolls, green beans, Maria Emmerich's cauliflower mac and cheese from her new cookbook, Sugar-Free Kids, part of a turkey, cranberry sauce, Neisha Berry's dressing, and the gravy.
Good morning, guys. It's the next day. We did not finish recording last night. We sat down and had our Thanksgiving dinner and ran 1 load of dishes, and I still have an entire sink full for another load of dishes. When there's 7 people eating, it tends to create a lot of dishes. Bella's playing in the other room. Hopefully you enjoyed all of that, and I've given you some ideas and a safe way to have a Thanksgiving meal. The muffins. I never showed you guys these last night. So these are the pumpkin chocolate chip muffins. They always fall a little bit on the side. I don't know how to fix that, but they're nice and soft and chewy. My mom used to make pumpkin chocolate chip cookies, and they were absolutely my favorite, and I really, really missed them. And so I thought, why don't I take the magic pumpkin cake and tweak it a little bit and then add chocolate chips and see what happens. Sure enough, it tastes so much like them. It's really nice to have that nostalgia for Thanksgiving and Christmas and this time of the year. So that is one of my new favorite things. I don't eat them very often because they do tend to make me gain a little bit of weight and retain some fluid, and my ring gets a little tight. But you know what? That's okay, because it's the holidays right now, and if I'm gonna cheat, I'm gonna cheat keto. I tried eating Neisha stuffing. Actually, I tried eating the cornbread the day before, and I woke up and my face was all puffy and my eyes were puffy, and so I really can't do almond flour. Kind of learned that again the hard way. So I did not have any of the stuffing, but several other people did. They really enjoyed it. So speaking of Thanksgiving, I want to thank all of you guys. I'm up to, how many subscribers now? Over 2,300, right?
Almost 24.
Yeah, I'm up over 2,300 subscribers. I have no idea how that happened. It just kind of exploded and skyrocketed. So thank you so much to everyone who is subscribed to my channel and is supporting us and sharing our videos and our recipes. And I really hope you guys are enjoying it. And thank you to YouTube for promoting my recipes and my videos. That's a huge help and a huge blessing to our family right now. And thank you to everyone who is leaving a comment down below and giving the videos a like and giving me new ideas for recipes. Those are really fun for me to try to figure out when someone leaves me an idea or a request. So if you can think of something that you want to see, leave it down below in the comments and I will get working on it and see what I can come up with. I hope that this gives you some ideas for if you are the one that is in control of your Thanksgiving, or if you have a say in what you are eating for your Thanksgiving, that these will help you out and give you some tools. If you are not in control of your Thanksgiving and you fall off the wagon, please do not beat yourself up over it, because it's not a fail. You learned something. Maybe you learned that you need to become an abstainer and not a moderator, because once you had that one cookie, you just kind of slid down that slippery slope. Don't beat yourself up over it. Start again, not even tomorrow, but at the very next meal. The very next meal that you're gonna have, start over again. We'll just call it a wash. Don't give it a second thought. And just like I had to do with my puffy eyes and swollen hands, pay attention to the feedback that your body is giving you. Because I really, really, really wanted Neisha's dressing. Really wanted it. That was one of my absolute favorite things of Thanksgiving, and so I made it keto, and I figured for sure I'd be able to eat it. So I guess that's what I'm going to be working on before next year's Thanksgiving, is a dressing recipe that I can actually eat. So that is my goal, I guess, my challenge to myself for next Thanksgiving. Anyways, guys, thanks so much for checking in. I hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving and a wonderful season and time with your family, and that you do really well and that this helps you in some way. And please do all of the things, and we will see you guys on the way.